This is Bantayan Island. I almost didn't even book this trip. The whole week leading up to it, it was raining on and off every single day here in Cebu, and I generally thought we were going to show up to gray skies and rough waters and just be stuck inside for 3 days. However, that was not the case. We got off the ferry and the island was completely empty. Clear skies, calm water, and there were barely tourists inside. It felt like we had the place almost entirely to ourselves. From the ferry ride to our accommodation, to the restaurants that we ate at, the lagoon that we visited, and everything else in between. And the best part is, we were in Bantayan Island for 3 days and we only spent 10,000 pesos. If you're new here, hi, my name is Trinidad. I'm 24 years old and I've been living in Cebu City for the past 4 years. On this channel, I make videos for foreigners who are thinking about visiting or moving to the Philippines, such as costs, logistics, and honest takes on places most travel channels skip over. If you're planning a trip to Cebu and want help figuring out where to go, what to budget, and how to structure your time here, my contact information is in the description. I've been living in Cebu for the past 4 years and I'm more than happy to point you in the right direction. This is part 4 of the 5-day Cebu Itinerary series, and this is the last video. So if you missed parts 1 through 3, they are linked in the description or they're on the screen for you to click on. However, if you want more information just about Bantayan Island, then this video is all you need.
And we made it here to Bantayan Island. It took quite a while, a little bit longer than I was actually anticipating. From when I was doing my Google research, it said that it was going to be around 3 hours just from Cebu City to the port, but it was actually 4 hours. And on top of that was another 90 minutes on a boat just to get to this island. The reason why it's a little bit longer is because the boat that you're taking is for cargo or bikes and cars as well. There's fees for that. That's completely different that the boat will charge you. I will put all of that linked in the description, and also which port they need to go to, how much it costs per person, and the fees for transporting your vehicle. This is my first time ever being here in Bantayan Island. I'm kind of excited to get back into travel content. So when you do come to Bantayan Island, if you want a place that's a little bit more secluded and not where everyone else goes, then go out of Santa Fe. That's where everyone is always located. I'm about to go to a very popular beach. It's called Kota Beach. We'll see what it looks like. And I just got to the entrance and wow, came here around right before sunset. Look, I miss doing this type of travel vlog content. I have so much to explore in the Philippines. There's like 7,000 islands and I've only explored like maybe 3 or 4. But wow, I was really scared that by the time I come to Bantayan Island, everything is going to be super cloudy because the past couple of days have been nothing but rainy weather. But wind is amazing. We have somewhat clear skies. The water's shallow, like you can see how far these kids are right here. Imagine this is your hotel where you have nice cabanas and nice seating for dinner, and then you're overlooking a nice beach. Okay, so now how to come to this island. There are multiple ways and it really depends on your budget. The cheapest and longest time will be through the bus. When I went down south through the bus, it cost me around 370 pesos one way. So I think more or less it's gonna be the same if you go up north. That's one purchase. The second one is you're gonna have to take a ferry ride from the port that I will just put up on screen for you guys. And that will be an additional 90 minutes more or less. And the cool thing thing is, if you have your own car or motor, you can use that option, but it will be an additional charge, and it's like around 1,000 pesos. So that's one way. The other way is taking a V hire, and these ones will typically be around the bus terminal as well. We did that option because it was going to save us 30 minutes to an hour of transportation time. It cost 330 pesos per person. So for me and my mom, it was 700 pesos. And then when we got to the port, you have the option of getting discounts if you are an elderly person, a student, or PWD. And then from there, you get here, and then that is all of your travel time. It'll probably take you roughly 4 to 6 hours to get to this island from Cebu City. If you want to be where most of the attraction is, then stay in Santa Fe. But if you want to be a little bit more secluded and you're kind of familiarized with Bantayan Island, then leave Santa Fe, because that's where like the main hub is. That's where all the restaurants are. That's where all the bars are, and most likely the people. But if you don't want that, you want more of like a chill resort type of vibe, then you definitely should just leave Santa Fe. I know if you go further up north, there's a lot nicer beaches. It's more secluded, less people. But if you're very social and you want to interact with other people, such as travelers or Filipinos or Filipinas, then stay in Santa Fe. And then that's where we decided to stay. I could show you what it looks like in terms of where we're staying, and I'll also put them linked in the description if you are interested in staying in the same spot. And there are ATMs here, right here. So if you forgot to bring any cash for whatever reason, you can exchange them there. And I don't know how much the conversion fee is, but it's definitely there as an option just for emergency reasons. If you are planning on coming here, I would suggest bringing some amount of cash for the entire duration. We're deciding to only stay here for 2 nights because my mom's trip here in the Philippines is pretty short. It's like less than 2 weeks, and we're just gonna stay here for that long. And also in this video, I'll just be showing you how much I will be spending for this entire trip, from public transportation, what we're doing, what we're eating. Here we're just gonna relax. I don't think we're gonna do many island hopping at tours or any of the water activities that you normally do on this island. That's pretty much it. If you want to go to a neighboring island that's in the same area, there's another one called Malapascua, and you can go see the thresher sharks there. However, you will need a PADI license to do that because you need snorkel gear and all. And there's a bunch of diving schools there that you can get your PADI license from. And then you can go down south to swim with the sardines. So it's really up to you. But I would highly, highly recommend getting a PADI license and swim with the thresher sharks. I most likely plan on doing that when I have some more time to like travel and go pay for the fee, because it does cost like around 10,000 pesos to get your PADI license. But it's included for the next 5 days to get certified. So it's definitely worth the money, and it's a license that you can take with you anywhere around the world to dive. So it's pretty cool. Of course, Filipinas doing Filipina stuff. Can't go anywhere without TikTok. My God. Yo, look at this sunset. You know, honestly, comparing this to Boracay, legit, I think this is a little bit better. There's way less tourism, because I trust you when you guys go to Boracay. If you guys seen any Boracay content, there's like this whole place will be just filled with people just trying to get the nice, perfect sunset to post on Instagram or Facebook. But I would take this any day compared to Boracay. My impression, first time here in Bantayan, is very good. It is way more mellow. I don't know if it's because it's like kind of peak tourist season or not, but I'm so surprised that no one's here. And we came here on a Friday. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow There might be a lot more people that come here, but I don't know, guys. So far, I really do like this beach. It's so huge. I've been walking for probably a good 30 minutes, and the water's low enough where like you can go really far out and just relax. It's truly peaceful. I need to start traveling again to the different islands here in the Philippines, because I know this is just like maybe not even 1% of all the amazing beaches that you'll ever see here. It's truly nice. Look at this, guys. The sunset is crazy. It's so peaceful too. Like, I've been to Boracay, it's always so loud. I think if you like a party scene, you can definitely go in that area. This is Kota Beach, by the way, but I don't know how big this island is. It seems pretty big if you need like a motor to go on the other side of the island. But from what I'm now exploring, it seems like that seems to be true, that it's a big island. But again, like, I could stay here until nighttime and I will be perfectly fine. Whoa, you guys can't see it, but like, there's miniature rays in the sky. That's dope.
I had a friend who was actually from Bantayan Island, and I asked him where is a good spot to go to for just relaxing, and he did not hesitate to point straight at Baigad Lagoon Beach. Now, there are two ways to get there from Santa Fe, through the ports and through the canal. Little did we know that we were going to take the canal as an option to get to the lagoon, and believe it or not, I do not regret taking this route. It was one of those moments where the scenery generally doesn't feel real. Cotton-shaped clouds sitting above still water, complete quiet in every direction, and it felt like we were approaching something. To get there from Santa Fe, it's about a 15-minute tricycle or motorcycle ride to the checkpoint. Then from the checkpoint, you pay a 300 peso fee per person. That covers the checkpoint fee and the boat ride to and from the lagoon. At the lagoon itself, you have two options. You can book a room and stay overnight as part of the resort, or you can pay a 150 peso day pass per person to use the beach and facilities for the day. If you're coming in a big group, there are plenty of tables for you to choose from. But if it's a group of just 2 people, the lounge chairs right on the beach overlooking the water is enough space. Just keep in mind the sun is on you the whole day. There is no shade on those chairs, so bring plenty of sunblock and try to find shade throughout the day. Another option to entertain yourself is renting out jet skis. It's roughly 200 pesos per 30 minutes. During our time at the lagoon, we did absolutely nothing. We were walking along the miniature beach, and the water felt amazing. It was not hot and it was not cold. It was perfect temperature. And towards the end of the day, we were just sitting in the water under the shade, looking out on the horizon, drinking several cold drinks. And after 4 days of hiking and water activities and constantly moving, believe it or not, this part of the trip was probably the most rewarding and much needed rest. There was no plan, there was no agenda, just me and my mom talking about anything, since we haven't spoken to each other or seen each other in over 3 years. However, there's one thing that I want to flag, because I didn't see this mentioned anywhere. You have to leave before the tide drops, especially if you're traveling through the canal, because if the water gets too low, the boat physically cannot make the trip back from the canal. And that was the thing that both kuyas were telling me and my mom, that before 4 p.m. we must call them so we can get back in time. So do take that in mind if you are planning to be there all day, that you have to leave a bit earlier than sunset, or you'll be stranded on that part of the island until the next morning. We got back from the lagoon completely drained from the sun, so we went straight back to our hotel and rested until it was nighttime. And me and my mom were in for a surprise because it was a Saturday night, since Santa Fe is the main hub or the party life on the island. And to our surprise, as we were walking around and hitting several spots to find really good food, we did check out MJ Square, and we did not see that many tourists. More than anything, we saw more of the co-workers at the restaurants that we were walking by than customers eating at those restaurants. And that is when me and my mom put 2 to 2 together. It is the end of tourist season and the beginning of rainy season, meaning there's not going to be that many people traveling to the Philippines because it's going to be a lot of rainy weather, typhoons, and other bad weather conditions. But nevertheless, that didn't stop us from exploring Santa Fe. And as we were exploring more of MJ Square, we really didn't see anything that caught our eye to want to sit down to eat, so we just kept moving. And then we ended up staying at this seafood spot that was selling their catch from earlier that day. And there was a huge line in front. People were waiting to be seated. And that is a good signal to us that the restaurant would be a good place to eat and also people watch. We ate really good food for a decent price. After dinner, me and my mom walked around more Santa Fe and we found a bar with live music. Not only was the DJ really good, but the drinks that they were serving were just as good, and the people watching was definitely entertainment for me and my mom.
And unfortunately, this trip here in Bantayan was very short, and it's also going to be the conclusion of this video. We were only here for 2 days, and we mainly just came here to visit the beaches, but Bantayan Island has a lot more things to offer, and there's several ways on navigating in this island. One way is a motorcycle, which you can rent out every single day. I think it's like $7, which is 350 pesos. Another way is just using these tricycles that you see everywhere on the island. And the other option is if you have a car, you can also import your car from the boat to this island, which is probably the most expensive route. And then the fourth and final option is just walking around everything, especially if you're in Santa Fe. Everything is walkable. There's a bunch of sari-sari stores, a bunch of restaurants that you could go eat at, and also cafes that you guys can do cafe hopping at. But outside of Santa Fe, it's more secluded. There's less people, there's less restaurants. So if you don't live on this island, do become aware that you need to bring your own snacks. It could be fruit, it could be Filipino food, whatever you want to pack for the day, and just go to a nice beach such as this. Mind you, this water is at the port because that's where we're at right now. So the whole island from where we were looks exactly like this. Look how crystal clear everything is. Like, you guys have to come here. In terms of pricing, everything is kind of what you expect in terms of like a touristy island. On average, we were spending from 200 pesos to 500 pesos. 500 being like the seafood that they have, that they catch every single day, and then they cook it for you at nighttime. So that's gonna be a little bit more expensive, but if you're just used to eating like caranderias or also just regular Filipino food, then your price range is around 200 to 300. The cheaper options are normally just your beverages like coffees, cooler drinks, coconut water. But I would definitely give this place a try. It's so worth it, especially if you go to the lagoon. I would prefer you go to the lagoon than Kota Beach because everyone's at Kota Beach. If you're interested in seeing more of my travel vlogs and me exploring not only Cebu but the surrounding islands, do let me know in the comment section since I do read them. And if you also like this video, please subscribe to the channel because it does help push my videos out in the algorithm, and you'll be able to get all the notifications from the next time that I post, because what I basically do on this channel is help foreigners figure out if they want to live or only visit here in Cebu City. And I do that by posting 1 to 2 videos every single week about my life as a 24-year-old living in the Philippines. And with that, I would like to say like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel again, and see you guys in my next video.